29.
28 seconds.
27.
26.
25 seconds.
24. 23.
22 seconds.
21 seconds.
20 seconds.
19.
18.
17 seconds.
16.
15 seconds.
14.
13 seconds.
12.
11.
10 seconds. 9.
8.
7.
6.
Copy. 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome to the Subspace Chatter YouTube channel where we talk about everything Star Trek so you don't have to. Today on the show, I will be talking about just my overall feelings on the Star Trek franchise in general, where I like, what I don't like, what I'm looking forward to, and what I love about this beloved franchise that we call Star Trek. Well, just recently, guys, Star Trek Discovery ended its 5 season run a short while ago, a couple weeks ago, as a matter of fact. And I really like the Star Trek Discovery season finale because I really like the way that Michelle Paradise and the other writer of the episode took it upon themselves to sort of tie up the sort of storyline that was set up in Short Treks by Michael Chabon with the overall ending of the series tying back to Calypso in some way. I had theorized that that would happen, in some way, shape, or form, and I was really happy that they paid tribute to uh, that specific short in that way because of all the shorts that Short Treks produced for for as long as they were producing them, that was like possibly my favorite short that they ever produced. And the other favorite short that I liked that they did was the one with number one and Spock in the elevator when they got stuck. I can't remember what that one is called, but I like that one quite a bit. But yeah, like the Discovery finale was just really, really fun. It was action packed, it was full of action. I really liked watching Burnham uh you know sort of find her way through the obelisk or wherever she was inside the big MacGuffin of the season. So I thought that was fun. I really, really liked, as I try to deal with the sun being in my face. I really sorry, this is really annoying me. I really liked the the super reveal of who Kovish was, of who Kovish ended up being, and the fact that he was Daniels from Enterprise. I did not see that one coming. That was like one of the surprises of the episode for me. I thought that was really, really cool. And it was cool of Michelle Paradise and her other co-writer to include that in the show. I thought that was amazing. Um, I had been wanting I had been wanting a giant wedding to happen between Saru and the Navarre president forever. And the fact that we did get a wedding and we were able to see Awoshikam and Kila Detmer again, who sort of got sidelined at the beginning of the season. Well, not sidelined. They were on a mission driving back uh, um, in an Enterprise to a spaceport. So one thing that always bothered me about um, this season of Star Trek is the fact that Kayla and the fact that Awoshikam and Detmer weren't there the whole time. Now I understand when they were making the series, um, or no, sorry, when they were making the season, they weren't 100% sure on whether or not this was going to be the final season of the show, and because of that, that's when they probably thought that maybe it was possible to have a Woshicum and the actress who plays Kara Detmer there. But if I'm not mistaken, when they were shooting this final season, the actress who played Kara Detmer was shooting a movie at the time, and I don't know what the character of Woshicum, or what the actress who played Woshicum was doing, but it really bothered me that in this final season, again, this wasn't the fault of the show because they had no idea, but it really bothered me that Woshicum and Kara Detmer weren't there for the whole of the season. I really like that. I really like that they sort of had this divide happen between Michael and Book in this entire season, and for the entire season, we saw how their new dynamic played out in their working relationship, and the fact that Book was kind of a consultant, but he was still in prison for most of the season. So it was really cool to see a new dynamic between Book and Michael in this season. Because it's no secret, guys, I did not like what they gave Book to do last season, and I really like that they did something different with him in this season, and they went in a different direction with him. With that being said, I did not like his sort of like over reliance or over attachment to Maul. I found that to be really, really disingenuous at some points, and I kind of really didn't buy it for for the most part. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't buy it and I didn't like it. And I thought that the whole reason that Maul and Locke wanted the progenitor tech was to save Locke because he was ill or something. But what it turned out to be was interesting, because I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming at all. The other thing that really surprised me was the fact that once we found out what this device was, and once they opened it up, it wasn't like a thing. It wasn't like this it wasn't like this physical thing that you can hold. It was like this big void, and it was like a portal that led to somewhere. I like that, because like I just said, I thought it was going to be a physical thing that you could actually hold in your hand, but the fact that once you opened it up, it wasn't that, and that it was like a physical thing. I really enjoyed. Um, as I'm frozen here, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. Crap, I froze. I froze. Oh no. Oh, wait. Am I moving? Well, I can't tell. Hold on. Let me see if I'm moving or not. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Wait a minute. No, I am not moving. All right. So I'm going to end this. I don't know what the hell. Okay. So apparently you can still hear me, but I can't, like my camera froze. So okay. So apparently you can still hear me, but I can't, like my camera froze. So and I can't end the stream. Can I get out of here? And I can't. Okay. Can I exit the stream? No, I can't do that either. Okay. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry guys, sorry for the commercial, interruptus there. But as I was saying, I was really happy that they didn't make the sort of MacGuffin thing that they were chasing this whole season an object that somebody could hold in their hand, and they made it they made it like a giant space portal. I thought that was really really ingenious of the Star Trek writers to do. And yeah, I just thought that this final season of Discovery was all sorts of fun and all sorts of wonderful. And I think that it was a I think that they did the best thing that I think that they did the best that they could have done with the additional footage that they shot. And although this season wasn't designed to be the final season of Discovery, because that was made clear by everybody, because it was sort of a last minute split thing that happened to the writer staff. I thought that the story that the writers came up with really felt like an ending for the show, even if it wasn't initially designed to be that way. And I'm really looking forward to where Star Trek is going to go in the future. And that sort of brings me to the next topic that I would like to talk about today. Like over the last little bit, we've gotten two casting announcements that I'm really really excited about with Star Trek Starfleet Academy. We've gotten the announcement of Holly Hunter being added to the cast. Holly Hunter is a Oscar nominee, fantastic actress who has done. She was in Raising Arizona. She was in a really really uh, tiny indie movie in the early 2000s called 13. But also she's Mrs. Incredible. She's Elastigirl. But uh, uh, she was also the lead character in a really really cool and a really really good TNT detective series called Saving Grace. If you guys have ever seen that, so it'll be really cool to see an actor of Holly Hunter's caliber tackle the tackle tackle the Star Trek universe, and it'll be really cool to see a a actor of her quality and stature be in the Star Trek universe. And I'm really really curious if she's going to be like a professor, or if she's going to be like the principal of the overall school. And if she is the principal, or no, or if she is, or if she's like the headmaster of Starfleet Academy, if they have, you know, that such position. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm really interested. I'm really interested to see what role she's going to play in this season. And and so yeah, and also I'm interested to see if she's gonna put on an accent, or no, I'm really interested to see, I should say, if she's gonna ditch that traditional Holly Hunter Southern drawl, if she's going to bring that to the character, or if she's going to speak in a completely different accent. I, for one, hope that she brings that Southern Holly Hunter draw that she's famous for in a lot of her projects. Um, Rather, in favor of dropping her accent to sound like an American, or just sound British, or something like that. The other thing that this brings the question, because we've been thinking for a while now, or I've been thinking for a while now, that that I really don't think that Mary Wiseman is going to be a part of the show. As much, as much as, you know, as much as as much as is no, as much as no, as much as sorry, with as big of a buildup they gave to Mary Wiseman potentially being on Star Trek Starfleet Academy, like I don't think she's going to be a part of the show, guys. Now, look, we might find out next week, or we might find out in a couple of months that they're going to announce everybody else, and then at the last second, they're going to announce, "Hey, uh, you know that rumor that you guys just ran with at the end of during the final season of Star Trek Discovery that Mary Wiseman was going to be a part of the show." Well, guess what? She was going to be a part of the show. Like it was the worst kept secret that we had. So that's why we announced it so late. But it wouldn't surprise me at this point if they do not announce Mary Wiseman as a part of the show, and she's not a part of the show at all. I think personally, personally to me, I think that would be the biggest fan disappointment if she wasn't part of the show. But like I said, the CBS brass and everybody at Secret Hideout and everybody who is responsible for current Star Trek on TV isn't responsible for controlling fan theories. So although if she's not a part of the show, I think that'll be a giant disappointment to the fan community. But if she is a part of the show, and if she is indeed announced at the 11th hour, when everybody else is announced, after everybody else is announced, I should say, that would be a really, really big relief to the fan community, because I think then and only then will we not think we're absolutely crazy for thinking, all these references to Starfleet Academy in the final season of Discovery. There's even a whole thing about Burnham asking Tilly to stay and help with what they're going through on the Discovery, in favor of her going back to stay with the cadets and be with her cadets. So even that would end up amounting to nothing if Mary Wiseman is not indeed a part of Star Trek Starfleet Academy. So I'm interested to see where that's going to end up, and to see how that's going to end up playing out here in the weeks to come and in the months to come. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But the other thing that I want to talk about with Star Trek Starfleet Academy is the new casting that we got a couple of days ago of Academy Award nominee. What's his name? It's Paul. Hold on, I'm gonna look. What's his name? It's Paul. Yes, it's Paul Giamatti. So that's the name. See, and that's what happens when you have nobody here with you, or you have nobody watching in the chat. I am really, really excited to see what kind of character Paul Giamatti is going to play in Starfleet Academy. Like is he going to play a villain, or is he going to play a good guy? Because it's interesting that it's interesting the timing of the announcement, if you ask me, guys. Because a couple like a week before he was announced to be in Starfleet Academy, he was announced to be the starring character in a new Hostel TV series. So I found that to be very, very awkward timing, very, very interesting timing, because he has the Hostel series coming up, but we still don't know when that's coming out. But then a week later, he gets announced to be in Starfleet Academy, and Starfleet Academy is probably going to be the first out of the gate before Hostel. So maybe that's how he could have fitted into his schedule. But I'm really interested to see if he's going to play a teacher, or if he's going to play an ally, or somebody who works at this school, a teacher, or if he's going to be or if he's going to be the big bad of like the first season of Starfleet Academy. I would really like it if he was the big bad of no, I'm sorry. I would really like it if he was the if he played a good guy and if he played a professor at the academy and if he wasn't a bad guy. A lot of people who have talked about this news on the Trek sphere since it came out a short while ago said that it would be really really awesome if he were to be a bad guy or some sort of like a antagonist to our main cast when we find out who those people are. Because again, we've only known about Holly Hunter and Paul Giamatti officially announced. Those have been the first two official announcements to come out with Starfleet Academy. The other thing about Mary Wiseman has been a fan rumor all this time. Nothing has been confirmed. As a matter of fact, when Mary Wiseman gets asked about it, when she comes to several Trek related things, she always dances around the topic. So yeah. Hold on here, guys. 1 second. Actually, I can't. So, and the other thing that I would like to talk about today maybe some news regarding I'll throw this up here. Yeah, I'm actually excited about that as well. I'm really really excited to see some news trickle out about the third season of Strange New Worlds, and it does feel kind of funny saying it's the third season of Strange New Worlds. But it is, so I'm excited to see any news about that trickle out here whenever that's going to happen, and to see what season 3 of Strange New Worlds is going to look like. But also, you guys remember that we have a giant cliffhanger to resolve from Strange New Worlds season 2. So I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. So yeah, and look, guys, I have reached a point with this fourth potential Calvin timeline movie. I've reached a point to where I'm at. Okay, I'll believe it when I'm sitting in the movie theater about to watch the movie. Because you know what, guys, I at this point, I seriously don't think it's gonna happen. I really, really, really have no faith that thing will ever materialize. And the other thing about the current state of Star Trek is that we're not really 100% sure who's going to own Star Trek in a couple of years, because Paramount with it itself is up for sale, and we've had months of offers and conversations, but nothing really has solidified in any kind of meaningful way. I mean, a couple weeks ago, like the offer that I thought was going to stick and the offer that I thought was going to be concrete is that offer that was thrown Paramount's way by Skydance. And the cool thing about the offer from Skydance was Skydance's offer apparently gave more money to the shareholders, and Skydance's offer said that, okay, we're going to buy Paramount, but we're not going to break it up. We're not going to break it up, and we're not going to sell it for parts. And that would be awesome, because if that if that happens, and if that comes to fruition, with Skydance becoming the owner of Paramount, in perpetuity, that would mean that Paramount Plus wouldn't go anywhere. That Skydance would essentially let Paramount work as an independent studio, somewhat like something similar to the way that Disney lets Marvel operate and Disney lets 20th Century Studios, that used to be Fox Studios, operate with some autonomy. If 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 Paramount if the Paramount board opts for another um, option and taking another deal from a Sony per se, Sony has said, "Look, we're interested in buying the Paramount." You know, Sony has said we're interested in buying the Paramount IP, but we have no interest in the streaming service. So we are absolutely going to shut down Paramount Plus, and we're going to sell all the asset that we're going to sell all the assets that that Paramount Plus has to different streamers here and there, and we're gonna license out the Star Trek property to the different streamers. So if that happens, could it be possible that we have Star Trek on this streaming service, we have this here, we have this there? So I for one, look, I don't know how you guys feel. Yeah, that's good points. Everything, just yeah, yeah. Great comment there. Great comment. Great comment. Yeah, yeah. Look, I look, I for those of you who have been longtime viewers of the subspace chatter of the subspace chatter channel here, you know that I am an abashed lover of the Kelvin timeline. So I listen. My nepotism, with me saying a couple minutes ago, I will see it. I will only believe it when I'm sitting in a movie theater about to watch it. Listen, that is nepotism. But look, I'm not saying that I don't want to see a Calvin Timeline movie. I do, but at this point, guys, I just don't believe it's going to happen. Like, come on, guys. Like seriously, get your stuff together. Get your stuff together. But back with but back to the behind the scenes drama within Paramount that surrounds Star Trek. That's why I believe the most attractive the most attractive deal for Paramount and share Redstone and the shareholders at Paramount is for Skydance to buy Paramount wholesale, because like I said, if Skydance buys it, Skydance will let Paramount be Paramount and Paramount will still be intact. But if Paramount takes an offer from another studio, then that studio will likely, I'm not putting words in their mouth, but I think they will likely break up Paramount for parts and sell it for parts. And unfortunately, that will be the end of one of the great Hollywood Titan studios and the history of Paramount. And I would hate to see that go. Listen, I love the fact that Disney lets Fox operate within Fox Studios kind of autonomously now, but it's kind of sad not seeing Fox be its own studio, making its own movies and having Fox be under the greater Disney umbrella is fine, but it's kind of sad when you think about the fact that these once big studios are now owned by these giant studios like Disney, like other places, to where they still have their identity, but not in the way that they did before they got acquired by these giant studios. I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, no. So, and the other thing that I would like to talk about on the stream is the fact that Star Trek. Hold on, I'm actually checking my resources here. Hold on. It's Paul Giamatti. Yes. Okay. The other thing that I would like to talk about as I check my notes there, the other thing that I would like to talk about is the fact that Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, is has reached its 40th anniversary. It just celebrated its 40th anniversary just recently. I like that film. I really, 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 really enjoy that film. To me, that film really illustrates the fact that Kirk's crew really cared about each other and they would have gone to the ends of the earth for any crew member. And the fact that they basically committed mutiny to go get Spock and to bring him back to life and to ensure that his Katra gets back into his reborn body, because that was like the effects of the Genesis wave. Star Trek 3 is really, really fun. And it's just it has this pirate theme to it, in the fact that essentially Kirk and the crew are pirates and they steal the ship to go to the Genesis planet to get Spock and then to reunite him with his Katra. I think, Star Trek 3 is not my favorite Star Trek film from the original trilogy of films. That is The Undiscovered Country. But when I'm doing a rewatch of the original film franchise with the original crew, I always get a smile on my face when Star Trek 3 comes up, because I like watching it. I love seeing David David sacrificing himself for Savick. I love the moment where Kirk gets to kill the guy that killed his son by saying, "I have had enough of you," and kicking him off the ledge. I think that's a great moment, and I think it's a great film. As a matter of fact, I'm so glad that a couple years ago it got remastered and it's available now in 4K, both on physical media and digital, because I have it on digital. So I'm really happy that it's out there, and we have a new copy of the film to enjoy for for years to come. And Star Trek 3 is just a great film. But and then Star Trek 4 is just a rollicking, fun, good time in so many ways. So yeah, so listen, guys, since it's just me here talking and just by myself, I'm gonna actually cut this episode a little short, because I'm running out of breath and I'm tired of talking so much. So in the comments below, first of all, I need to say I apologize for the technical issues that we had during the show. But luckily, I was able to go away for a little bit and come back and continue the show. So I apologize for those of you who are watching this video and I disappear for a second, but I did have technical issues. I did have to get those resolved and come back in. But after I came back in, everything ran fine. So I would like to apologize up front for that. But I will remind you, if you're watching this video for the first time and you're not a subscriber to the Subspace Chatter YouTube channel, I encourage you to subscribe to everywhere where Subspace is. We are on YouTube, Instagram, X. We are all over the place. So I encourage you to subscribe. I encourage you to subscribe to everywhere that Subspace Chatter is. We are a really fun community, and we make cool content, and we have interesting introspective conversations about everything and everything in the Star Trek universe. So with that, I would just say thank you for tuning in to hear me talk about the things that I'm excited about. Uh, uh, or the things that I'm excited about within the Star Trek universe, and the things that I'm excited about coming in the Star Trek universe in short order here. But that'll do it for me. That'll do it for me to you for now. But until next time, guys, as always, Trek well.